beware, you're in for a scare.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Anastasia.
And welcome back to our horror chats. Today's movie we're going to be talking about is Motel Hell. Now, a little bit of backstory. Motel Hell is one of my favorite movies. It is an older movie. This is so far the oldest movie that we have talked about. This was released in 1980 and it was directed by Kevin Connor. And I kind of like saw that it was on TV one day and I was like, Stacia, you gotta come watch this because they've heard me like talk about Motel Hell. It isn't necessarily like hard to find. Like I've seen it several times like come on different, like it was on like Retro channel. I'm not even sure, like I've never watched anything from that before, but I was like, oh my gosh, Motel Hell is on.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit about Motel Hell. It is about a farmer and his sister that also own a hotel or a motel, since I guess it's Motel Hell, should we call it a motel?
Motel.
And they sell like beef jerky and different kind of meats to the surrounding like area, counties, whatever. Everyone has kind of like grown up on their meat and everybody kind of loves them. They're a little like kooky wacky or whatever, but so is like kind of everyone in the town. Like everybody's a little bit weird as you like come to find out through the movie. Now we are going to be doing this movie a little bit differently. I think we're going to talk about maybe like a couple of our favorite scenes in the movie, and then we're going to like basically like do a movie review instead of kind of telling you the whole movie
like we usually do.
Right, because we feel like maybe our videos are a little bit too long. So we're just going to give this a try for a few weeks and see like how we feel about it. Some videos may be longer than others. It's just, you know, how, how it is. So I guess like right off the bat, I've already shared that it's one of my favorite movies. How did you feel about the movie?
I mean, I did like it. It's just that it wasn't like my all-time favorite movie.
It definitely has a bunch of comedic elements in the movie, so it's not necessarily just like a complete like scare fest from start to finish, but it does have some scary parts, particularly when the farmer dresses up like a pig and he has a chainsaw. For whatever reason, that scares me. And
yes,
I
does,
don't know
apparently.
why. So we'll talk about like this one little incident about a pig farmer or a pig. Do you want to talk about that at the haunted house?
Yes. Okay.
So this is not part of the movie.
No,
but
this is just our personal experience with a man at a haunted farm that dressed up like him with the pig mask and all, and he had a hatchet. Well, okay, so like imagine like he's like right here. And me, and like I was supposed to be right here, but when we got to him, my mom got so scared, she grabbed me and put me between him and her. So if he was ever going to attack us, he was going to hit me first.
That sounds like awful, but
Mother of a deer.
Oh my gosh, like literally, like I was just scared, so I was like, oh, you gotta be between us. I don't know why that was so scary for me. But basically, of course, if you're talking about meat in a horror movie, generally, you're gonna be talking about cannibalism, which is definitely what they do. They actually like rig up different booby traps for people going down their road, and they knock them out with gas and bury them for some reason. I'm not quite sure like why they bury them in the ground, but they also like cut their vocal cords where they just kind of make like weird gurgling sounds, weird noises. And they plant them, which I don't know why, but it's kind of like awful because you're like, oh my god, what if that ever happened to you? But then it's also like funny, so you're kind of like all through the movie you're kind of like, do I need to laugh?
Throughout the whole movie, I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, everyone in this whole movie is like crazy, and I just was like, really? Why? Throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
I actually don't think I got scared at any.
You didn't get scared?
No.
Like even about the guy in the pig mask and the chainsaw?
No. I mean, if he had hit hit and killed the sheriff guy, I
Mhm.
probably would have laughed because, you know, he kind of deserved it.
Well, like, it's kind of weird. Okay, so, like, they knocked this couple off of a motorcycle, and it was a guy and a girl, and I guess, like, the
Very
farmer.
old guy.
Yeah, it was, like, an older guy and then, like, a younger girl. And for whatever reason, the farmer, like, I guess thought the girl was cute and decided not to bury her, but did bury the older guy, which she thought he died. And a lot of the movie is spent, like, with her kind of not knowing what's going on, but, you know, the farmer and his sister's doing all this stuff. Well, she actually goes on a date with the sheriff, and, like, he basically starts to try to, like, date rape her.
Yeah, like, he takes her to a drive-in movie.
Yeah, and she's like, you know, just stop, no,
I want to
stop.
watch, I want to watch.
Yeah.
Stop!
Right? And she just, like, he just keeps on, and then all of a sudden they hear, like, screams for, like, stop, help. And it's not her, it's actually, like someone the farmer is chasing. But he's like, okay, I'll stop. And she's like, it's not me. Like, she's just, like,
she's
so
just
not.
so cool
yeah,
about
she's
it.
like, I'm like, I'd be punching him or what. But
kicking
it's like,
him in his balls and then ditching.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's not me. I don't, it's just crazy. So she seems to kind of have, like,
a granddaddy king.
she has a thing where she likes older guys.
Very old guys.
Of course, like, her and the farmer kind of fall in love. The farmer asks her to marry him. They're going to get married, like, the following day, which I think is, like, very fast. It's kind of very strange. And they actually, like, toast to their upcoming wedding with the farmer, the sister, and the bride-to-be, where they actually poison the bride-to-be so they can go out and do what they need to do with their vegetables.
Their garden.
Their garden
of people.
Their garden of people.
Yes.
And it's just really funny. The sheriff is actually very mad that they're going to get married. So he's, like, going and, like, researching, and he figures out what is going on, and he comes to try to save the girl. And yeah, then everything kind of blows up. So what do you think was, like, your most memorable scene or your favorite scene?
I mean, I don't really have a favorite scene,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess the most memorable is the pig mask.
Yeah, I definitely
fight.
think anytime that you see, like, a pig mask, you kind of think of that movie.
Yeah.
And it's, it reminds, there's a lot of things that remind me of, what is that movie? Devil's Rejects was the first one. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, things that remind me of House of a Thousand Corpses in there. Of course, this movie was way before House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
But it does kind of, like, maybe Rob Zombie liked this movie or something. It definitely kind of, you know, any kind of, like, hillbilly cannibalism farmer
that
kind of thing.
does seem like a Rob Zombie type thing.
Right, it does. So Rob Zombie, please
Yeah.
go and, like, remake Motel Hell, because that would be awesome.
And maybe I'll actually like it.
So you didn't like it?
I mean, a little bit, but
Oh,
not
that's
really.
that's heartbreaking. I love that movie, and I think I
See,
love
if
it.
I, like, had watched it when it first came out, I
Mhm.
probably would have, like
Well, see, I didn't even watch it when it first came out. It was probably like 1990 before I watched it, but there's just something about, like, that it's funny and yet it's still, like, gruesome
Yeah.
that I just, like, I really like. And it's not, like, one of the things that you would look at and think, like, oh, Stephanie would love this, because I tend to like really scary stuff.
Yeah.
And with, like, a lot of jump scares and, like, gore, which this does have some gore, but it's almost
Yeah,
like
it
funny
does.
gore.
Yeah.
A little
Ooh,
bit.
but now that I do think about it, I do like the scene where the garden people come out of the ground and then
Oh yeah,
attack the sister. That was, like, awesome.
that was a good scene. So
Yeah.
yeah, the garden people do get out, and they kind of act a little bit like zombies in a way.
They're walking like zombies, and, like, I'm like, okay, I get if, like, you've been in there for, like, a long time.
Yeah, I
but-
just think it's that. I don't think
Yeah.
that they were trying to say that they'd been made into zombies. I just think that they were very, just kind of weak and
Yeah.
had just been in the ground for a minute, you know. So
Yeah,
I thought it was very
understand
interesting.
that.
So definitely this movie gets 2 thumbs up for me. I don't know about Stasia, how many
Like
thumbs?
like
A side thumb. So we're
Side
kind of
thumb.
definitely mixed on this movie. But go check it out, and if you haven't
Yes.
seen it, go see it because it's awesome. Also, if you have seen it, let me know, does the pig guy scare you?
enough that you would sacrifice your child.
I would never sacrifice my child, but here's my point. If there was a bad guy, you could take Stacia and like throw him at the bad guy, like distract the bad guy enough for me to like grapple with him and get him knocked out.
What if he had the weapon in his hand and you just threw me at him?
That's why
and the weapon went into my stomach.
Technically, I did not throw you. What I did was put you in front of me.
You just said if you have thrown me.
Right, but
So I'm going by your logic.
Okay, no, but in the haunted house, I actually just moved you where you were in front of me.
Very fast.
Very fast, because it freaked me out. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh no, Mama don't need to see that.
Yeah, and like 1 or 2 years later, I actually went to his wife's birthday party.
The guy that was in the pig mask.
Yeah, because like my dad worked there and he was friends with him, and I showed up and I'm like, oh my god, I remember you.
So yeah, I guess I traumatized my child a couple years ago with pig mask. But anyway.
That's probably why I don't like it.
Maybe so.
I still hold a grudge.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to subscribe if you're not, because we love talking about horror movies. Definitely let us know if you've seen this movie and if you would like it or not. Recommend some movies that you would like us to see and talk about. And check out our Tumblr. We will talk to you guys later. Bye! Okay guys, remember, do not sacrifice your children to the pig mask guy. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.